Why would we want to convert Microsoft Office Word, Excel, or PDF files into text files? Here are 5 reasons. But as a software engineer, in the current age of AI, most of us are focused on this one here. For training our own private large language model or enhancing a pre-existing one. If you are feeding data into an AI model or building a pipeline, text files are usually the cleanest starting point. AI systems prefer text files for natural language processing because of simplicity, compatibility with multiple programming languages. If you think about it, every programming language and AI framework can read a text file, a .txt file, without special libraries or format specific logic for that language. Text files are faster to read because Microsoft Word files has complex XML structures, and Microsoft Excel files has binary tables. PDF files are designed for layout, not structure. Text can be fragmented or embedded in images. Does that mean then that AI system cannot work with Microsoft Office files and PDF files? Of course not. Of course not. But it's not ideal. And you have to ask yourself, at what cost? More tokens? More expense? As an added benefit, once your data has been converted to text, you could also build and run automated grep workflows or whatever command line utilities on your data to accomplish whatever tasks you need. In this video, I'm going to show you how to convert Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel files into text files, as well as PDF files into text files for the previously mentioned reasons. Yes, I do need to update this table for my website. We will be doing all the conversions locally using free open source tools. Yes, I know there are online services where you can pay money, upload your data, and they will convert the data for you, and then they will give you a link to download your data. Obviously, this will be an additional cost for yourself or for your company. And your data can be intercepted. Some institutions have strict regulation regarding data access control. So if that is the case, then this method is perfect for you. We will start with converting Microsoft Word documents by using a tool that has been around for a very long time and is well regarded by data scientists and people that are in the data science field. Pandoc is very well documented, and its strength is in working with Microsoft Word, either converting something into Word or converting Word into something else. It can do more than what I'm describing here, but I'm only going to use it for Word conversion. For Excel and PDF, we will use something else. I am on a Silicon Mac, so I will be using the ARM64 macOS installation package. It's pretty straightforward, no complication there at all. And this is the Microsoft Word document that I will be converting into a text document. It is the poem Yevgeny Onegin by Alexander Pushkin. You see, it is 206 pages long, 31,000 281 words, obviously in English. Uh, so you can think of one word as 0.75 token, generally speaking. Some AI model uses more. I will be converting this document based on best practices for large language model pre-processing. If that is not your desired outcome, then you can forgo the flags that I have here. The definition for these flags are in the documentation, of course. The command itself is Pandoc. Of course, you give it the input document, in this case, the Microsoft Word doc. The T means I want the type to be plain text. T is type and plain text. The wrapped prevents line wrapping, which preserve the original paragraph flow. And of course, the O flag, that's O as in Oscar, not O as in zero, okay? Again, O as in Oscar, the letter O, not the number zero. It will output the name of the output file. In this case, I want to keep it as lowercase onegan.txt file. And if you're new to working with AI large language model pre-processing, the format that is best for LLM pre-processing is not necessarily best for human reading. Just keep that in mind. I'm going to not cut away and do this before your very eyes so you see how fast it is. See that? Pretty quick. And as you can see there, I ran a grep to find out how many times the name Tatiana appears in the poem by, of course, grepping and then doing a word count on the pipe. 51 times she appeared. And if you're curious to see what the document looks like with all of the Microsoft Word overhead removed and formatting removed, there it is. Again, please keep in mind that Pandoc can do a lot more than what I'm showing here, but due to time constraint, we're going to move on to Microsoft Excel. For converting Microsoft Excel documents into text documents locally, I will be using a tool called Gnumeric. Gnumeric is produced by the GNOME project. Since I'm on a Mac, I'll be using Homebrew to install Gnumeric. If you're on a Linux operating system, you could use app install Gnumeric. The Microsoft Excel document that I'm using is the University of California Irvine obesity dataset. It has 2,112 rows of data on the Excel document. When you install Gnumeric, you will have access to this ss-convert command from the command line. To execute the conversion using Gnumeric with the ss-convert command, and to guarantee the results that we need, is first we are going to convert the Excel file into a CSV file. And then from the CSV file, we are going to convert it into a TXT file. It's an extra step, but it guarantees the result that we need. It's one of those quirks with this particular tool, but it's a great tool. So step one is to convert Excel into CSV. Then we're going to run the cat command on the CSV to the TXT. Why cat? Because we are combining multiple files. This is a transformational process. So that is why we're using the cat command here. And here is our data. Now we can run grep against it or any other utilities that we want to, and it's ready for LLM training. If you're square away with Python programming, you can also use something called pandas to convert the Microsoft Excel files over to TXT files. But I'm offering you the simplest approach here, so that's why we went with Gnumeric. For converting PDF files into TXT file, I find the poppler library to be the most consistent, reliable, and fastest when doing the conversion locally. Now I'm on a Mac, so I will be installing poppler via Homebrew. And of course, if you're on other Nix operating system, then you can use the app install. Make sure that you install the poppler utils. For the PDF document, I will be converting the Supreme Court brief regarding the Google versus Oracle lawsuit over Java, all 62 pages of it. Installing Poppler will give us the PDF to text command. To use it is very simple. We have to supply the input, which is Oracle versus Google Java lawsuit PDF. And then we give it the name, we tell it what we want to call the output file. In this case, is txt. That's it. So to test our converted PDF to text, I know that Java was invented by Sun Microsystem. So I know that Sun Microsystem appears somewhere in the brief. So I'm going to grep for that terminology. And there it is. So you witness all three conversions that I did locally. Um, Let me tell you about my hardware. I am using an older M1 Silicon MacBook Pro with 32 gigs of RAM. It's the Pro, not the Max. Now, are the data sizes the biggest you ever seen? No, not necessarily. But I mean, in terms of saving costs, you can certainly just buy an Ubuntu machine with 32 gigs of RAM or even 64 gigs of RAM, and it would perform just fine and not even better than my Mac. Okay, my dear friends, I hope that was interesting for you. I hope you had some fun going through all of that. If this was your first foray into the world of AI and large language model, welcome. It's it's a lot of fun. AI is not an overnight thing. Um, AI, the research for AI has been around since the 70s, if not even earlier than that. So it's not just a yesterday kind of thing. We've been gradually building up to this, believe it or not, despite what they say in the media and all of that. Okay, my dear friends, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and it'll help me out in the future. Again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.